Andy, how are you?
I'm good.
You looking good tonight?
Yep, feeling good tonight.
Feeling ready for the show?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought I'd mention something here at the top of the program. It's sort of about what we do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because people like to get behind. People don't like the phony front part of the show. Or, you know? They want to find out what really goes on in television.
Right.
And so I thought I'd mention that, you know, it's just one of these true things about TV, but every now and then I'll mention the name of a product on the show, and then the people at the company will send over some samples of the product, kind of as a way of saying thanks.
Right.
And this is something that we sort of learned about when we started doing the program. We'd accidentally say things,
right.
And then we'd get stuff.
I know, it's amazing. Once you can afford things, they give them to you.
Yeah, exactly. Which isn't quite true of us yet.
Well, but, you know.
Until they start, this is volunteer still for us. Well, anyway, a couple of weeks ago, this is just an example, I made a reference in a conversation to one of the celebrities about Lay's potato chips. And then a couple of days later, we get this giant case of Lay's potato chips as a present. And
a jackpot of chips.
Yeah. Man, don't you envy us. Chips. Anyway, one of the little perks of the job. Well, tonight, I thought it might be kind of fun to show you some of the other cool stuff that we've gotten when we mention something on the air in a little segment we're going to call Bring On the Perks. I'll catch a logo one day. Now, for example, here's a great example, actually, of a perk. A couple of months ago, I mentioned on the show that I really wanted to try it's that copper tone self-tanner. You heard about this?
Oh, yeah, it's a new product.
Gives you a tan right away. But I just mentioned it kind of kidding about, you know, I'd like that. Wouldn't it be great to get that stuff? 2 days later, I received a bunch of free samples right in time for my vacation, and the stuff worked great. Here's a picture of me on my vacation to give you an idea. There I am.
Wow.
And then this will give you an idea even better of how well this stuff works. Show this picture. It's great, isn't it? And this group wanted to see me nude not 3 minutes ago. Now they're like, oh, God, thank you. Now, another company we mention a lot on the program is Rogaine, the makers of the men's hair loss drug. We do lots of jokes about Rogaine. We mention them. And they've been sending us boxes of free stuff for months now. But let's be honest, neither Andy or I, we don't really need it, you know?
Speak for yourself.
You don't... Wait, you use Rogaine?
I love this stuff. I mean, I've been using it for months. Well, take a look at this picture of me from last December.
Wow, I liked you then. I like you're like a gym teacher. Get in there and do it.
If I'm not mistaken, my skull was actually smaller, too. Oh, okay.
Leave it alone. You know, one of the best perks, folks, that I've ever received came from the folks at Armani. Now, I love Armani suits, and I wear them all the time. And I mentioned this on the show one night, and not 12 hours later, this is delivered to me from Armani. It's a briefcase full of cash, and get this. Isn't this amazing? It's full of cash. It's got $100,000 in here, and Armani said, I can keep this if I promise never, ever to say again that I wear Armani. So, wow. I'm watching you, Richter.
I don't wear Armani.
You'll get money, too. All right. You know, not too long ago, I mentioned my girlfriend's family business on the air. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, my girlfriend's family owns a craft shop up in Maine, and I just wanted to give them a little plug. Well, they thanked me by sending me a really neat handmade quilt that I hung in my office. Take a look at this photo. Very happy about it. That was fun. Really did do that for me. Here's another perk. Remember this, Andy? You mentioned Starbucks. I mentioned them in the monologue, but they don't like it when we do the mean jokes. You mentioned that you stopped off at Starbucks,
right,
and that you enjoy Starbucks a couple of weeks ago, and they were very nice about
I was just telling a story, and they sent like a whole bunch of coffee over, and I drank it right here on the show.
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah,
that was kind of a different night. I remember that very well. Let's roll the tape from the night Starbucks sent all the coffee. You know, Andy, that much coffee isn't good for your heart.
Man, I love Starbucks. Oh, so good. Wow, that's good. That was a hot one. One more.
Uh-oh.
I've never heard of a guy recovering so quickly from an exploded heart. But Andy, it was like it was a groin pull. You just walked it off.
I walked it off. Yeah. I just slapped a burger in there.
Yeah. Andy, tell it. A burger went right in there? I didn't know that. What?
Improvise.
Did you get any other perks? I mean,
well, I actually received a great one not too long ago, and I should say thanks to these guys. I mentioned on the show that I was remodeling my bathroom. I got a call the next day from Martino and Sons. It's a construction company. They came over. They did the job for free. They redid my bathroom. It's fantastic. Didn't cost me a cent.
Well, let me get this straight. You let a bunch of strange guys you never met before remodel your bathroom?
Sure.
Did you ask for references?
No. Why?
Well, it's funny because maybe that explains this video that I downloaded from the internet the other night. Take a look at this. Liz, would you roll this, please? I was watching for hours, man.
Well, now that I know, I'll try and do something a little more interesting.
Okay.
Give the people a show.
And finally, folks, this is I should mention this. The nice people at Trojan Condoms they've been more than pleased with all the mentions that they get on our show. And tonight, they've asked if they could do something special for me live on the program as kind of a way of saying, Conan, thanks for all the plugs. They want to present me with a lifetime supply of condoms, and I say, let's let them do it. Let's get them in here. Folks. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, stick around. Ben Stiller, Janine Garofalo. Big show tonight.